Hello and welcome to Wednesday's math session. Today we're going to start our new topic, which is on triangles and trigonometry. Okay, so part of what we're going to cover in the triangles topic is similarity and congruency, and then we're going to take a look at trigonometry, which is brand new to you guys because you haven't learned any of it up to this point. Unless you might have been an advanced in year 8, and then you might have seen some of the stuff before. But before we get there, let's start with congruency, which is exercise 7D. And the first thing we need to break down is just to understand what congruent means. Congruent is literally directly translated as same. So it's a fancy way of saying two things are the same or identical. Here we're dealing with triangles. So here we're saying two triangles are the same. So if two triangles are congruent, they are the same. Please write that down, like in bold, caps, highlight it, underline it, okay, so you don't forget. If you get that, everything is going to come pretty easy for you this exercise. Now, how do we know if two triangles are the same? There's 4 ways we can prove that two triangles are the same. The first way is, well, if we know that all 3 sides of the triangle are the same, then we can say these two triangles are the same. E.g., this side here corresponds to this side here in the second triangle. This side here in the first triangle corresponds to this side here on the second triangle. This side here corresponds to the first triangle in the triangle up top. Top edge. So all that means is these two triangles are the same, but this one has just been rotated on the right. Okay, it's just been shifted around, actually being shifted down. The other way we can prove that two triangles are the same is if they have 2 sides and a corresponding angle that are the same. For example, these two triangles are identical to each other because they've literally just been mirrored and sort of like shifted a little bit, okay, because they share the same 2 angles and they've got 2 side lengths which are the same. The third method is, well, if they have 2 corresponding angles that are the same and a side that's the same, for example here, we can say those 2 triangles are the same. The last identification method is if we have a right angle, a hypotenuse, and any side that's correspondingly the same, we can say these 2 triangles are the same, but just being rotated or shifted slightly. So yeah, don't let these shifts in directions fool you. All right, if you can sort of like imagine shapes shifting in your head, then this will come very naturally to you. So the first example gets us to identify which congruency test is going to prove that these 2 triangles are the same in A. All right, so let's take a look at the example in A. They share one side that are the same. They share another side that's the same. So that's 2 sides that are the same, and they share a corresponding angle that's the same. So side, angle, side, or in other words, they share a side and a corresponding angle, and another side makes these 2 triangles the same, and that's the proof. Here in B, we've got a right angle. Instantly, whenever you see a right angle, you should think RHS. Sometimes you might see it as side angle side, depending on sort of whether or not they give you the hypotenuse. Okay, here they give us a hypotenuse, they give us a right angle, they give us a corresponding side. So we can say this one here is RHS. Part C, if we're given, let's see, 2 angles that are correspondingly the same and a side that's correspondingly the same, we've got angle, angle, side, which proves that these 2 triangles are the same. See how I'm saying same a lot? Same. Okay, congruency means same or identical. And lastly, we've got a triangle that's got 3 sides that are all the same. You know, here we've got the bottom edge in the left triangle that's corresponding to the top edge on the right, and basically this triangle here is just shifted and rotated on the right. So here we've got side, side, side as our proof. Once you get the proofs, example 2 gets us to find the missing pronumerals. So here's where it gets a little bit tricky. It says here, find the values of the pronumerals in the pairs of congruent triangles. So what they've told us is these two triangles in A and B are the same or identical. They are the same. So if we have the 4 side, okay, so let's say if we have the 4 side, which is this short edge here, what is the value of y? So this edge here, it is the opposite to this corner that doesn't have a symbol, right? So which edge in the right triangle is opposite to this corner with no symbol? So here's a corner with no symbol. The opposite is this edge there. So what we can say here is y is going to be 6. The next one, here we've got 5. This edge here is opposite the little square symbol. Which edge here, or is remainder, that's opposite the square symbol? We've got x. So we can say x here is going to be 5. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Next one, what we have here is a slightly trickier problem because here we've got a 100-degree angle and it's not labeled in the right side. So let's label it here so we don't forget. So this angle here is 100 degrees. And we're asked to find A. Now, let's problem solve. What two edges is angle A touching? It's touching the double dash and the triple dash. So which angle in the right triangle is touching the double dash and the triple dash? You've got the top edge here, and then you've got the triple dash edge here. So the corresponding angle for A is going to be 25. Let's just make sure I don't color in B so people don't get confused. Okay, so A here is going to be 25. Lastly, using our triangle knowledge, how many total interior degrees does a triangle have? A triangle's interior degrees always adds up to, if you said 180 degrees, you are spot on. Okay, so here we know this angle here is 100 degrees because we've got the single dash and double dash touching the 100. Here we've got the single dash and the double dash touching the 100. And so we know this is 25, this is 100. 100 plus 25 gets us 125 degrees. So 125 plus what number gets us 180 degrees? In other words, what's 180 take away 125? If you said 55, you are spot on. Okay, because 125 plus 55 gets us 180 degrees. So I hope that sort of makes sense. Let's take a look at the questions. So exercise 7D in the old textbooks, let's have a go at questions 4, just do every second one. Question 5, every second one. And that's it. All right, question 4 and 5, nice and easy to get the topic started. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everyone.